My name is Brandon Luiszer, Senior Manager of Talent Acquisition at Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. If you are unfamiliar with who we are, Love's is a travel stop whereby our primary customer is the professional driver. However, we do love our full-wheel traffic as well. Our other businesses under the Love's umbrella are Gemini, that is our fuel hauling division. Trillium is an alternative fueling company. Musket is a commodity trading company down in Houston. And then lastly, Speedco and our truck care provide light mechanical services and roadside assistance to the professional driver when they're stranded on the interstate. We also have other business units, including a hospitality division. We operate about 20 hotels across the country, 6 retread centers and distribution plants. So we're definitely busy. I was asked to speak a little bit about our seasonal hiring, and before I get started, I really just want to validate a point that was made earlier in this webinar, and that is that there are different peak seasons that we all hire seasonality for. So I'm sure many of you can relate to herding your family in the vehicle and heading out on a road trip at some point during the summer vacation. So really the period between Memorial Day and Labor Day tend to be our peak season where we need to supplement our regular workforce. So every year we bring on additional frontline seasonal team members to ensure we're taking great care of our customers. The main volume of our seasonal hiring go into our stores is a retail cashier and into one of the almost 900 restaurants that we operate within our travel stops. So that is really the bulk of our seasonality. Our one thing that we do when we get to this particular time in the season is how do we add volume to our seasonal really talent pipeline. And so understanding that very few of us on this call operate with an endless amount of recruitment marketing budget, it was important to decide really where those dollars were going to go. And so one thing that we found that has worked really, really well is just broadcasting on social media and not the paid advertising either. We're a company of about 32,000 folks, and so this year we tried something new and created we'll call it a social media recruiting toolkit that we had made available to everyone within the organization. And they were all encouraged to share some of the approved photos that we had out there, some of the approved messaging that we put in the toolkit as well, and asking them to go ahead and advertise this national hiring event across their social media platforms that they're all on. And we saw just great success with that this year and really allowed us to dial in those recruitment marketing dollars where they were needed in some of the harder to staff areas. We did learn some things this year. Again, we hire seasonal workers every single year, but I think it's, again, no surprise, certainly with the practitioners here, as you read sort of who is going into the workforce over the past several months. And one thing that was highlighted was a lot of the workers that we saw were first-time employees. So, your high school students that perhaps have been cooped up for the past couple of years were eager to get out in the workforce. And we certainly saw that at Love's. And the key takeaway there is really just to market those jobs accordingly. They're not always on the same job boards that you would think. And so it's crucial to get that message to the right demographic. Another thing that we're doing is really engaging with our seasonal hires at the end of the season, giving them a message of thanks, appreciate you taking care of our customers, making a difference, and asking them, hey, if you had an enjoyable experience, we'd love to have you back next year. We also have a retail intern program across the summer, and it's the same thing with that population. Really just asking for referrals. If you enjoyed yourself, you learned something, we'd love to have you back in the following summer. So that continual engagement with that existing population, seeing some results from that. As Kyle mentioned again earlier, be prepared for cost to increase. So again, we're not necessarily hiring for seasonality later in the year, but I will tell you that as we look through our benchmarking, we certainly see an increase in costs in those key months. So really, we worked with our account manager and calculated a lot of those costs out. And so by the time we saw what it was costing, it wasn't a surprise because, again, just partnering with Appcast ensured that those dollars were going to the right areas. So pay careful attention to that, and especially if you can forecast how many applications you're going to need to supplement your workforce even better. And then the last thing is really just highlighting the flexibility of what that seasonal job is. I think as you know, as a frontline team member, you don't have the opportunity to work from home. However, we do have the flexibility just within the regular workday. Certainly our general managers accommodate schedule requests if they have to go out, say, play sports on a traveling sports team, or they had a summer vacation already planned. Certainly amenable to those requests and provide that flexibility for our team members who come in to join us for the season.